Hello great minds, welcome to this tutorial video. In today's video, we'll be looking at how to design graphics using Pixellab. Right, so this is the Pixellab app. It is a very powerful app you can use to design awesome graphics with just your smartphone. So most of the graphics design you see, most of the beautiful logos, flyers, product designs, book covers and lots more. Alright, majority of them were created using Pixellab. So Pixellab is very popular. So most smartphone graphic designers uses Pixellab to make their designs, especially those that design from scratch, right? Those that make original graphics designs. So you can get Pixellab on Play Store. It is free. All the tools you see here, they are all free for you to use. Alright, so only a very few is for the premium package. Alright, but even without that, you can do virtually everything you want to do on Pixellab with the free version. Alright, so you can just download Pixellab on Play Store. So if you are watching on YouTube, I'm going to drop the link to download on Play Store in the description of the video. So in today's tutorial, we will look at how these tools works. Then we'll try to create a simple advert flyer. Alright, so I will show you how I was able to design some of those flyers you have been seeing me use in most of my promotions. So when you open up the Pixellab interface, this is just the way it usually is. So the center here is just the work page, right? So this is just the where your work will be showing as you are designing it. So this new text, right? When you open up the Pixellab interface, it usually opens this way. All right, it's going to open with the new text. So you can just delete the new text by tapping on it. So when you tap on it this way, you can just hit the delete tool right here to delete it. All right, so that is for the text. So let's just delete it. So right here we now have a blank work page, right? Nothing is added. Okay, so at the top side here you can see the plus icon, right? So with this plus icon you can introduce a text, you can introduce a sticker, you can introduce shapes, you can pick from your gallery, introduce your photo from your gallery. So you can also draw, right? So when you just tap on the plus icon, you can see a lot you can bring into the work page, right? So the second one next to it, it is used to save as a project. When you are done designing, you can save as a project. When you save as a project, right, so you can always find the project here. All right, now when you save as an image, it's going to be saved to your phone gallery, right, directly to your phone gallery. Now if I tap on my project, you can see some of those I have saved as projects, right? So what it means that once I tap on it, it's going to bring it to the work page where I can continue working on it, right? It's a project, it means I still have some things to do, right? So if you just want to delete under project, you can just see the delete icon or the share icon. You can use the share to export your video, right? So let's just go back. Now the share icon right here is also used to save your video, right? So if you just tap on it, you can see this is just to save to your phone gallery, or you can also share to other places like social media. So while saving, you can see format is JPEG, right? No transparency, but you can change that. If you want PNG, you can choose. You can see quality. Yeah, we have default. You can use ultra. You can pick anyone you want here, but I usually use ultra. Ultra will save your image with the highest quality, right? So that is just for the share icon. Then this one is quotes. You can see some quotes they have there. When you tap on this, the next one, right, you will be able to see most of the things you can do here, right? Some other things you can bring image from your gallery. You can use full screen, right? You can say use image from camera, export image. If you want to save image size, you can resize here, right? So there are lots here you can just check. It's just like your dashboard, right? So that is just for the three dots. Now you can see anything you are doing, you can always undo, right? You can always undo. For instance, if I hit the undo tool, it has brought back that text that I initially deleted. So you can see this plus icon here. Now if I try to zoom this image, it is not zooming, right? I'm using my 2 fingers to zoom, but if I touch it, I mean the plus icon, if I touch it, I can zoom it, right? So that is what this that tool is used for, right? So you can use it to zoom. Now the next one, you can use it to align your work, to take measurement of this work page. If I tap on it, it's going to kind of graph this image. So that is what you can use this to do. Alright, so now let me just untap this so that I'll be able to. So what I showed earlier, you can see you can actually use this to take good measurement of what you are introducing here. For instance, if you want to get the center between new and text, you can just use this to make good alignment of it. Now if you untap, you'll see that this new text is just in the center of the work page, right? So this one, you can use it to see, so you can see this text, this new text right here on the work page. You can see it here. If I want to tap on this new text, right, so let me just untap. Now if I go there, if I just tap on this new text here, that has been applied to the work page, right? If I hit the delete icon here, it's going to delete this text, right? So it has deleted the text. So let me go back. You can just go back by tapping the same icon again. So right now let me undo. And now let's come to the downside. So I've showed you projects. If you save as project, you can find your work under projects. The next one is default. It's just the background we have here. If I tap on this thing, it's going to show that background, right? It's going to erase this green background. So let me just tap on it. You see? So same with all these ones. All right, same with all these ones. So if I tap the next one, so the next one, right, you can see stickers, import, draw, shapes, arrow. So a lot of them, right? Now the next one, you can, if you don't want any of those background that we saw earlier, there are a lot you can just bring in plain color. If I tap on plain color, it's going to add the color there. So if I tap on red, it's going to just introduce it to what you already have on the work page, right? So if you want just a plain background, so what you have to do is just, okay, let me just say I have this plain, I have something like this. So I can go to this, then I'll check white, right? So you now see I have plain white, right? So that is the default. If I go for red, it's going to be plain red, right? So that is for the color. If you go for transparent, you can add a transparent background to this. This is image resize. All right, so you can tap on here to resize your image. Currently we are working with Instagram size, which is 1.1 aspect ratio. You can see it's 1280 by 1280, the width and height. Then if you want to bring just an image, you can see lots of image here. You can just introduce to the background, and so they have lots of them. Now if you want to bring from your phone gallery, you can see from gallery just after image, right? Now you can also see the next one is from camera. Okay, so the next two there, you can just see some things you can also add to the background. You can see this one is vignette. If I tap on it, if I turn it on, you will see the effect it has on that background, right? So let me use a white background so you see what I actually mean. Okay, now you see that is the effect of the vignette that we just turned on. So if I turn it off, you will see just it, right? Okay, so let me undo. Okay, this is for brightness, contrast. So these are the tools you can just explore, all right, while designing whatever you are designing. Now let's just design a simple advert flyer, just like the videography training flyer you've been seeing, right? So I'll just tap on, I need a white background, right? So I'll just bring in a white background from here. So this is a white background. Every other thing is gone. Okay, so nothing has been added here, just as you can see now. So I'm going to introduce a shape. So I'll just tap on the plus sign. Now go to shapes. Right, so you can see shapes, right? So I'll just tap on this to change this shape that is right here. Now I need this particular shape, so I'll just tap on it. So it is on white background. Let me go to color. I'll just scroll down to color, then I'll go to gradient, then I'll scroll right to find this color, right, this purple color. So I'm just going to tap on it. Now you can see just that, right? So I'm going to click on the good sign to exit that particular point, right? You can see the controls you can use to expand, rotate, just as the shape is right now. So just by the side of the shape, you can see this one to rotate, this one to drag down, this one to increase size, this one to drag to the right side, right? So I'm just going to rotate it. I'm going to increase the size. So I'm just going to increase again. So I'll just leave it this way, right? So let me go and bring in an image from my gallery. So this is a transparent image, right? So I'm just going to add it. So I've added it to the work page. Now I'm going to adjust this to this point. Then this, I'm going to actually reduce the size. So I can reduce the size by just this way, right? So let me just reduce it that way. Okay, I think this positioning is good. Then I'm going to introduce something. So I'll go to icons. I'm going to bring this. Alright, so this is also in transparent background. So when you are downloading icons you'll be using for your graphics, ensure to download in PNG, right? To download in transparent background, right? So I'm just going to position this way. So I'm just going to go to opacity. So I want to reduce it a little to say 60. Now I'm going to copy. So you can see copy here. So I'll take it to something like this. Now I'm going to send it to back. So I'm going to send it to back, so that it's not going to show this way. So I'll just click on to back. So it's going to be something like this, right? Okay, so having gotten something like this, I'm just going to bring in my logo. So I'm going to position it this way. I'm just using my hand to resize. Okay, so just like that. Now I'm going to add a text. So I can just tap on this text too, then click on text. So it has added text to the work page. I can use my hand to drag it to this point. Then I'll click on edit. You will just see edit, right? So I just tap on edit. So I can write this smart video graphic training. Okay, so we have it here. So let me quickly go to color. So let me choose this color. For font, I'll just scroll to locate font, right? So I'm going to use the mem font. So I'm going to pick this font. Okay, so we have something like this. I'm going to Okay, so I'm supposed to take these two down so that we have something like this. Okay, so right now I'm just going to reduce the size. Okay, I'm taking 30. Okay, let me just take 32. I think I should go for 30. Now scroll to align. So you can see the align. So I'll take it to center. Okay, so we'll have something like this. Now I'll go to bold. I'll go to style because I want to slant it. Then I want to also underline it. So I'll also tap on this. Okay, so you see those effects, right? So I'm just going to make the write-ups of what the T-Smart videography training will cover. But first, I just want to write something like with just your smartphone, right? So I'll just go to test again. So when I hit on test, it's going to appear this way, new test. So I'm just going to edit. So I'll just write with just your smartphone. So have it this way. I'll just use my hand to drag it. Then I'm going to give it a white color. Then I'm going to go to font. Then let me just choose Blogger Sans Bold, right? So let me drag it. So let me just resize. Let me reduce the size. So I can take it to say 25 or 23. So right now I'm going to give it a stroke and shadow. So I can just enable the shadow. So it will have a shadow. So for shadow, I'm taking black, right? So you can see some tools at the downside. So let me just leave it this way. Then for stroke, right, so I'm going to enable stroke. So I'm using the black. So if we tap on any one, you'll see. Okay, let me use this. Then let me just reduce the strokes. Okay, let me increase a little bit. Okay, something like this. Okay, so we'll have something like this, right? Or I can decide to increase the stroke. Okay, something like this. Then the size, I need to reduce the size a little bit. Okay, perfect. So let me use position. So you can see position. So you can use the position to take it to where you want it to be. Okay, so let me just maintain it at the center. Let me reduce the movement. Okay, so now we have something like this, right? Let me just add some write-ups. So I'm going to write. So I'm going to edit this. Let me write how to create video animation. And I can just do it 3D explainers, whiteboard, tests. I'll just say etc, right? So now I have something like this. So I'm going to give it a color, and I'm taking the white color. So I'll go to font, then I'll give it the Blogger Sans Bold. So there are many fonts you can use, but I'm just picking this one. So at your own leisure, you can explore much of these fonts. So now I'm going to reduce the size. Okay, to 20. Then I want to expand it this way. Right, so something like this is okay. So with the help of position, I can take it to where I want it to be. So something like this is okay. Alright, so now to add more text, I can just copy this. Alright, so instead of introducing a text, then changing the color, changing the font, and resizing, I can just copy this, right? So when I just hit on copy, it's going to duplicate it. Then I can use my hand just to drag it to where I want it to be. Alright, so I can just tap on edit. Right now I can just say how to shoot and edit live video. You can just say cloning, removing background, I can say removing background, adding slow motion. So I can say adding slow motion, then etc. So you see, very sharp, right? So it will save you lots of time and lots of stress when you follow this method. So you can just go ahead to duplicate and edit, but right here I'm just going to be adding it so that we're going to be faster. So you can see I can just click on the align tool here, right at the top side, to see the positioning. So I think we are in line, right? So we are in line. Okay, I can bring this one down. So it will be at the middle. Now you see this 3D image. From the positioning, it's as if it's pointing at something. So this particular place that the hand is right now, it will make more sense if we add our contact details there. So I'm just going to bring a shape. So I'm just going to add it this way, right? So this is the shape. Now what I'm going to do, you can see that the shape is covering some parts of the 3D animation. So I'm going to tap on the image, then I'm going to go to this particular toolbox, then I'm going to bring it to front. You can see to front here, so I'll just tap on to front. Okay, so I can just copy this, right? I want to add the bonus section, so I can just copy and edit and just write bonus. But now I don't want the bonus to be underlined, right? And I can reduce the size to say 25. So I can just go to the board, then I'm going to click here to undo it, right? So now the bonus is back just this way, right? But I can still go ahead to slant it. So now at the downside, I'm just going to copy one of these, and I'm going to list the bonus. Access to 5 premium apps, premium videography apps. So I think I can drag it so that it covers up the whole of those space. So I can just copy and write, and just go to edit, then I can just write smartphone graphics design masterclass. So now I have something like this. I can take it upward depending on how many more tests you want to add. So let me just add one more, right? So I can just copy and say how to set up and run a YouTube channel with smartphone. Okay, I can still take it upward. Then I'll introduce this to see how it goes. Right, so I'm supposed to take it a little bit to the right side. So I'm going to decrease the move, right? The move speed. I'll just take it this way. Okay, so now I'm going to take this one this way. Then this I'm going to take it this way. Then this I'm going to move it a little bit. Good. Okay, now so we have something like this. Let me quickly introduce a WhatsApp contact icon. So I just go to gallery. So let me turn it. Then I'll reduce the size. I'll use the relative size tool to further reduce the size. Okay, let's leave it at 5. Then with the help of position, I'm going to bring it to this point. Right, so now I'm going to copy this with just your smartphone, because I think it can serve for my phone number. So I'm going to copy. I'll undo that. So I'm just going to copy this to this point. Then I'll edit it. Alright. Okay, so I have something like this. I can increase the size. I can also, use spacing to space it a little bit. Then I can use position to take it upward. Okay, so we've gotten something like this. So I can just write, copy one of these. So I'll bring it down here. Then I'll edit it to something like for registration and inquiries. For registration and inquiries, right? So I'm going to go to color and give it a black color. I'm going to resize, make it a little bit. Okay, so something like this. Right, so you can see how nice it is. Right, so I can just take this one a little bit further like this. So we'll have something like this, right? So let me bring this one. Let me use a different font for this. Let me try out another font. Okay, I think I like this particular font. Or the phone number, the size of the phone number should be bigger. So I can use 30. Right, so something like this right now. Now I can just introduce a bullet pointer, right, like the one you see on my videography flyer. So it's going to add readability. So before you even start designing, you're supposed to have an analog of what you want to design and get the materials ready. Right, so all you need to do is just to follow the process to get what you want. Right, so I'll just go to my gallery. So I'm going to go to my icons and bring this, right? So this is the bullet pointer. So I'm going to give you all of these resources. So you can just check the description of this video. You are going to get them. So I can further use the relative size to take it to 2 because I want it to be small. You can change the color of this pointer, this bullet pointer, but I'm going to leave it with the red color. So I'm going to reduce the movement. So something like this. Now I'm just going to copy. Right, so I'm going to copy. And I'm going to copy. So you can see I'm not even touching it on the screen, and I'm able to move it to where I want it to be because it's very tiny, right? I'm also going to copy. Then going to copy. I'm going to copy once more. Alright, so now you can see what we've just gotten, right? So this has made this work to look more nice and readable. So from the bullet pointer, they'll be able to read the details of the training much easier. So now everything we've added to this work page, when you click on this icon, you are going to see them. Alright, so let me just tap on it. So now you see everything we've just added is here. So if I want to just tap on anyone here, if I just tap on anyone, it's going to show. Now let's say I want to merge this phone number and the WhatsApp icon, right? What I'll do, I'll just tap on this icon, right? So once I tap on it, I'm going to select the ones I want to merge. Alright, so I'll just click on merge, the merge tool, right? So you can click here to delete. So there are also other things you can just do here. So but now I want to merge, right? So I'll just tap on it. So it's going to bring out this, are you sure you want to merge the selected object? So I'll click on OK. So it means these two objects is now one. So do you see? So I'm going to undo so that I take it back to the position. So whatever I'm doing to this phone number, the effect is going to apply to the WhatsApp number. Right? For instance, if I want to resize, so both icons is going to increase, right? So that is some other things you can do on Pixellab. So you see what we've been able to design, right? So if I just click on save, let's say I want to save it, so I can just save it as project. So let me just write as project, let me just write anything, FG, just to save. So now let me save as image too. So I'm just going to leave it this way, but if you want to change to ultra is higher, let me just save this way, right? So this image has been saved to both my phone gallery and on Pixellab. So if I go to my project, so this is the work I've just saved. So if I tap on it, it's going to bring it back to the work page. So I can just continue my editing, right? Let's go to the phone gallery. So here on the phone gallery, this is what we just designed, right? You can see how awesome it is. So here we are back on Pixellab. Now let me show you how I was able to design this, my data flyer. Right, so this is my data flyer which I saved as project. Now this is just a very simple design, right? But it looks nice. I just went to the internet and I browsed MTN logo, Airtel logo, Glow logo, 9mobile logo, and I just screenshot the image. So that is the images you are seeing right here. So what you are seeing here is shape. So this is shape. The same shape you see here, this same shape, right? It is the same shape you are seeing down here, the one covering this special AWOF package. So this shape is just a square shape. Let me show you how I was able to carve it that way. So I'll just go to shapes. So it is just this square shape. So what I did now is I went to radius, alright, and I take it to what I did is that I made it this way first, then I use radius to take it this way. So I'm sure you saw what I did, right? So radius is just to shape the edges. So now I'll click on the good sign, right? So this is the shape, so I can just turn it this way. So what I did is that I reduce it. Alright, now I just use this one to position it this way. So let me go to, so I'm just going to take it to front. So you see, so what I just did was to cover it up like this, then introduce the right top. Then for this down one, I just picked a color. This is the shape at the downside. So this is just the shape. So what I did was I went to stroke and I gave it a stroke, but the color is black, right? So let me just use black to show you. Then I gave it a white stroke. For the stroke, I increase it a little bit. So this is what I use at the downside, right? So this is how I was able to make my data advert flyer, right? So let me just undo. So let me show you another advert flyer for data, right? So I'm not done with this. I just wanted to try out another design. So this is just a circle, a yellow circle. You can see this is MTN logo, a screenshot just like the previous one you saw. So this is also a circle. This is also a circle. The four you are seeing here is a circle with colors of their brand. Alright. So for this T-Smart chip data package that I might bend this way. So this is the tool I use to do that. You can see this curve tool. So every tool is available on InShot. So that curve tool is what I use to do that. So if I undo it, so you can see. Alright, so now all I have to do here is to introduce the write-up for Airtel, MTN, Glow and 9mobile. Then I can fill in more details here. Can fill in more details at this place. So what will make you good designing with Pixellab is steady practice, right? So when you keep practicing, you keep getting better. So now you've understood how to design with Pixellab. You've understood how the tools works and everything. You can get better by practicing, constant practice, and trying to model other designs that you see. So when you see good graphics design, you can just try to see if you can recreate something like that. By doing so, you will keep improving on your graphics design skill. So thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next tutorial video.